What is good with the YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real Talk Boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. It is a wet, stormy night here in Texas. But I love this kind of weather. I'm in a great mood, man, because no mandatory overtime this weekend. Didn't even have to work overtime today. Thank you, God. So we're going to catch up on the content. Now, today's video, to all the new subscribers, I appreciate you. God bless you. I appreciate your support, your new support, and checking out the channel, man. It's actually growing, and I like that. Let's keep it going, man. I've made videos about this fight, this up-and-coming fight, the weekend of Cinco de Mayo. Jaime Munguia versus Canelo Alvarez. But the videos that I made, you know, a little ways back was just basically a rant, being upset that it wasn't a fight against David Benavidez. That fight's not happening. It is what it is. So I'm gonna get off that, you know. And I didn't really go in depth, you know, on this actual fight, which is still an exciting fight, you know. And it's still a fight that I'm gonna watch, obviously. So we're gonna bust it down, you know. We're gonna break it down brick by brick and see if I can make some sense of it. Jaime Munguia is an all-action type fighter. You know, we're not even really gonna focus much on Canelo because we all know what Canelo brings to the table. So we're gonna focus on Jaime Munguia. Now, first of all, he's the younger of the two, the taller of the two. Maybe a bit bigger. I don't know. Does that play a factor? Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe it will. Canelo has been on a slow decline, in my opinion, visually, what I see in his latest fights. And there's a certain way that Munguia is going to have to fight in order to stand a chance against Canelo Alvarez. Controlled aggression, number one. Munguia is the type of fighter that fights with his heart on his sleeve. He's an emotional fighter, and in my opinion, I mean, he's a Mexican fighter, man. You know, they fight with heart, aggression, passion. That's just what they do. And don't show up without a lunch if you finna spar a Mexican or actually get in a ring and fight a Mexican. You know, bring your lunch, bro. A snack and some bottled waters, some Welch's fruit snacks, maybe some pretzels, because you're going to need them. I've sparred 2 of them in my lifetime, and they gave me some serious business. You dig? So it's going to be I feel like an all-action fight. But Munguia is going to have controlled aggression. I really took heed to Munguia when he fought Derevyanchenko. If you haven't seen that fight between him and Derevyanchenko, the whole fight's a highlight. Derevyanchenko is not an easy task. He can be a problem for anybody. Even though he falls short when it comes to the elite, he's still no joke. And the fight between him and Derevyanchenko told me a lot about Munguia. He tells me that he wants it. Back and forth action. I think he could have made that fight a lot easier. But again, he's an emotional fighter. He's the type of fighter that fights with his heart on his sleeve. And that type of fighter, that type of aggression, if it's not controlled, it plays right into Canelo's style, man. You know, because Canelo's going to wait on you. He's going to burn you out. He's gonna let you allow you to get the lead in the fight, and once the 7th, 8th, 9th round starts, he's gonna start banging on your biceps and your body, getting in close and ripping those short, powerful hooks, and eventually breaking you down. Here's one thing. Here's a fighter I want to compare to Jaime Munguia, who he needs to fight like. Obviously, Dimitri Bivol. Bivol is the type of fighter who's very subtle with his aggression, very controlled. He's stoic in a way. You ever watch him throw a 10, 15 punch combination? His facial expression never changes. His body language never changes because he doesn't fight with emotion. He fights with subtlety and control. When you fight a fighter like that whose expression never changes, you have no idea when the heat is coming. You don't know what punch he's about to throw to knock your two top teeth out because he's so blank. And Bivol knows how to mix it up, get in, and get out. And he doesn't pull straight out. He gets out at angles, and he goes back in. He works. He keeps the fighter on defensive, and that's how he beat Canelo Alvarez. Smart, intelligent aggression, boxing, not throwing every shot with the intent to wipe his nose. That's why Canelo lost. Got to have a gas tank. Now, when Munguia fought Derevyanchenko, he showed me that he had a gas tank because he fought so vigorously in that fight. He fought so hard in that fight and still managed to go as long as the fight lasted. That was a back and forth action fight, and it was amazing. But that's not the style that he needs to fight against Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez is going to pick you apart between those shots. And Munguia does sometimes throw caution to the wind. He does get reckless. Control your aggression, Munguia. I know that's not really in your dictionary, but he's with Freddie Roach. So I'm praying Freddie Roach is giving this young man this type of information. Because to go in like he always does, balls to the wall against Canelo Alvarez is going to set him up. It's easy to outpoint Alvarez, but you have to keep him on the defensive. You have to. At this point in Canelo's career, his feet needs to be planted in order to punch. It didn't used to be that way, but it's getting that way now, in my opinion, what I see visually. So you keep him on the defense, you dip out at angles, and you dip out low. And you come in with subtlety, and you change the level of your power on your punches, just like Bivol did. If they're not watching that Bivol fight versus Canelo, Roach, and Munguia, then they're not too smart. They better be dissecting that fight, because I think they can play off a lot of what happened in that fight. Now, it's kind of a hard task because we're dealing with two totally different fighters with two totally different attitudes and fighting styles. Bivol is underrated. Dimitri Bivol is highly underrated, and he made easy work of Canelo Alvarez. I don't care what anybody says. That's my opinion. When I watched that fight, he made easy work of Canelo Alvarez. But can Munguia do the same? Subtlety, my friend, is what I believe you need to be practicing. Not fighting so emotional. Have a visual of what's going on. Keep Canelo on the defense. Keep his back up against the ropes. Throw punches and bunches. Get in, get out. Don't trade with him. You can outpoint him. And you can beat him on the scorecards. But then again, Munguia is a very strong kid. Who do I give an edge in this fight? Of course, Canelo, because of the ring generalship, the experience. I don't count Munguia out, but there's a certain way Munguia is going to have to fight in order to stand a chance with Canelo Alvarez. In my opinion, I'm not an expert, all right? I just pay attention to detail. Never mind what I'm talking about or what I think. I want to know your opinion. So please comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk boxing. I'm up and I'm out of here. Bang!